Hi, this is DeGregoria. Welcome to my YouTube page and thank you for subscribing. Today I'm going to talk to you about disease, genes versus the environment. Excuse me, we're having a lot of noise. I guess the birds want to be part of this. But disease, genes versus the environment. And then, and I have an article written on my website about this, or a blog, that the question is, are we genetically pre-programmed or do we have control? And so I really would like to emphasize to you that we really do have control, that the environment really plays a part, and there's so much research on this. And it's interesting because I remember, a few years ago being somewhere, and I remember this guy walking in and started talking about all the things that were wrong with him and all the things that had happened to him. And I really was watching how he really felt helpless. He really felt that this was his destiny and that he was just going to lay down and let it all happen. And I just wanted to stand up. It wasn't in the right time and it wasn't appropriate for me to do so, but I wanted to shake him and say, you can do this. You have control over the outcome of your life, over your health, over your future. You do not, just because mom or dad had X, Y, or Z doesn't mean that you're going to. It might mean that you're predisposed to it, yes. But there's plenty of studies, and one of my favorite is Dr. Bruce Lipton, and he's just so great. And he really, he's just a brilliant scientist, but he really goes out and continually does studies on this and proves how absolutely the environment dictates the outcome of what's about to happen to you. So what does that mean in terms of environment? That means the food that we eat, the water that we drink, the people that we keep company with. Those people, they are going to influence your emotions, and your emotions are everything. All you sensitive women out there, don't change. We need our sensitivity, we need our emotions, and men, you really should listen up, because I know you've been told not to have as many emotions, and I think we're moving into a different time where it's more okay. It doesn't mean to be like crazy and dramatic, but we really need to listen to what we're being told, what the intuition of our spirit is saying, and listening to how we feel. And maybe the first thought that comes to mind, it may not make sense, but to go with it. I always have done that, and when it didn't make sense to anyone, but it made sense to me, because I always listened to my gut first before anybody else, absolutely anybody else. And it has always proved right. It has never let me down, whether it made sense on paper or not. But anyway, the concept that Dr. Bruce Lipton, and I love him to death, I hope one day to meet him, is that the environment controls our genes. So it's the opposite than how we were raised and what we understand to be true. And I'm back to, everybody's biochemically unique, but I'm back to the environment that you keep, the people that you spend your time with. I really want you to think about that. Your environment, your house, is it disastrous? Is it where you want it to be? Is there order to it? And then how is it reflective of your lifestyle as well? Is there too much order to it? Are you too rigid? These are things are also, in addition to everything else, these are all influencing the expression of your genes, including the expression of disease in your life, dis-ease, right? So you really got to think about that. We've been so conditioned to burn it, to remove it, to drug it, to cut it out, to cut it off. But really, what's the root of all this? So I just wanted to hop on here real quick and just say, I really want you to think about what the root is to anything that you might be going through. Where is it coming from? And food may play a part in it. And, I obviously believe that it does, but I actually really believe that the entire environment needs to be looked at. And that's where somebody like me, if you could seek out someone like me, one of my peers, to really help you through this process. It is a process, and it's about you taking the time for you to do that. So I want to tell you that. I want to leave you with one thing. Dr. Bruce Lipton, again, who I love, he had said he had done this experiment about growth versus protection, and he put into 2 petri dishes cells. And one he exposed to toxins, and one he exposed to nutrients. Don't you know that these intelligent cells, the nutrients moved or the cells moved toward the nutrients and the cell moved away from the toxins. So that's really very telling. And then, he also went on to prove that if you're in the growth mode, I should say growth and protection can't be happening at the same time. Your body's either growing and healing and digesting and doing the things that it needs to thrive, or it's protecting itself, and it can't do both. You can't digest and protect, because when your body goes into this fight or flight, it will, its eyes, your vision changes, your digestion changes, your breathing changes, all these things shift, and we live in this very fight or flight mentality, especially here in the Northeast of the USA. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on and say all that. Thank you for subscribing. Please share, and please like, and please go on my Facebook page as well. And I hopefully look forward to speaking to you in the future. I'm balancedforlifenutrition.com. Balanced, the number 4, lifenutrition.com. Thank you.